Hey everybody, I'm Paul Acevedo, EastX Twitch with Windows Central. With me as always is Tyler H. The H, as we all know, stands for habanero.
My favorite spicy pepper.
We are also joined on the mic by Alex Skywalker, whose name is Alejandro.
May the force be with you.
There you go. Tonight we are playing I Am Bread, currently available on Steam. This comes from Bossa Studios, the makers of Surgeon Simulator and several other games. It is a game in the vein of Goat Simulator, and that it is made especially to be silly. So we have several modes. You unlock these extra modes by playing story mode. We're just going to jump into story mode. These levels, I'm going to jump into the bathroom level and see whether I can handle it or not, because it's actually a pretty hard game, but it is amusing. Even when you're dying, it's still pretty fun. Each level has a little text thing here. The text could be a lot bigger. I don't know why they made it so small. They've got all the screen real estate. There is a loose story. It's about this guy who's being treated by a psychologist, and weird things are happening in his room. We read the psychologist's notes about him, and it is pretty funny to, like, care about how this guy is slowly going crazy. This can be played with a controller or not with a controller, but it is best with a controller, in my opinion. So, oh crap. Oh, no, that's what not to do. I died, because I fell in the water. Let's try that again. I'm getting warmed up. By the way, the menus are a little annoying to navigate because the highlight is way too similar to the not highlighted color.
So he keeps bread in the bathroom.
Yeah, what, you don't?
That's what I said.
I don't.
Put it between two pieces of soap.
Maybe it's a small complex, a small
You're
apartment.
weird, Tyler. And see that flickering thing there? If I just want to beat the level and progress and I don't care about my life meter and stuff, then I can grab that item right there and I'll be invincible for the whole level. But I don't know if I want to take that route yet. You can get... Oh, crap.
What's that?
Is the floor dirty? Oh, crap, the floor is dirty. Oh, this game is so hard. So you're supposed to avoid getting dirty. That ruins the bread. So that's just one of your objectives. Oh god.
So I guess that makes toilet a no-no.
Yeah, and different, like there's cat litter in the first level. You don't want to get in the cat litter. The goal of every level is to toast yourself on both sides. You have to get 100% cookedness on both sides. So I have to pick a path and try to go towards a heat source.
So have they made any real games that don't kind of just rely on goofy controls and stuff? You said they had made a lot of games.
They have several anyway, but yeah, they're working on one right now that seems like a real... Oh my gosh, I don't want to follow the trash can! You can just use the left analog stick to scoot around. Like, it's real slow. It's not a very satisfying way to move, but it's a good way to adjust your position. But, I mean, like, this control... It requires a lot of finesse, and sometimes I kind of just lose my mental grasp of how the controls work for a second or two. But it's a satisfying control method. Like, when you get the hang of it, it's pretty satisfying. I mean, there's so much finesse to the controls. Like, it's a lot of physics-based stuff, but it's clever. God, it's clever. Ow! But it's also so freaking hard. Yep, and there goes my ability. So you got a free roam mode, a rampage mode, and bagel race. Let's see what bagel race is like. Okay, I kind of know what I'm doing now. The bagel, looks like can still grip onto things. Only with left trigger and right trigger.
It's like a drunken bagel to me.
Yeah, it's kind of drunken. Left trigger, right trigger. God. Uh-oh. Then I have to stand up when I fall over. Now where do I go from here? Down there? Okay. Right trigger. Yeah, so this plays... I mean, it's similar, but it's also a lot different. Am I supposed to stay out of that water? Because it looks like the path is going through the water, but Oh, maybe edibility is not an issue with the bagel. Yeah, like in the first level, you can cook yourself on the stovetop here, and you actually have to turn it on. Like, you use the bread's gripping power to move the little knobs. And again, I think that's pretty clever.
No, I do. I definitely see the humor of it. I just don't think it lasts long term. I know it didn't with Surgeon Simulator.
With this, I don't know. I've probably played about 4 hours.
This looks better than Surgeon Simulator because at least you're getting to move around and check out new things. Like every level in Surgeon Simulator is the exact same too. So it's like a one-note joke that just keeps going basically.
Ooh, I made it! There we go. That's more like it.
Looks like a good party game.
Yeah, like it's a fun game. I think it's a fun game to watch. By the way, the system requirements aren't too bad on this game. It can be played on the Surface in 720p resolution, which is fine. And you might want to turn off some of the graphical effects if you want the frame rate to keep up. There's a pile of Jenga blocks, and I knocked them over. Oh, am I going to be able to get through though? Oh god, I'm covered in Jenga blocks. Ah! Okay, there we go. And, like, there's amusing things in the levels, you know, like, they put some thought into some of these levels. There's a part where you can knock a bowling ball down on a TV and catch it on fire, and you can use that to cook your bread, which I liked.
Wow.
And, like, all the book names and movie names and stuff that you might come across in the background are silly jokes about bread.
I really like their textures. It just looks really realistic.
Oh, look at that.
It does. And there, that was the end. Get onto the kitty bed. There's a plate on the kitty bed. We talked about bread a little bit the other day, but I want to know what your favorite breads are.
I like sourdough bread, I guess.
Ew,
Deborah
No.
doesn't.
it's too sour.
I'm not overly picky on bread. The Italian urban cheese at Subway is
Oh, I
good.
thought you hated Subway.
I don't like Subway,
Besides the
but
bread.
if I get their breads,
We have a
the Italian urban cheese.
we actually have a stream where you go on for like 30 minutes about all the ways that Subway has done you wrong.
You want me to work on part 2?
Ah, maybe not. Oh,
Why not?
Dude. This is probably going to be my favorite mode, I think, because it's just it's breezy and not quite as challenging as the main mode. You know, it's a tough game, not so tough that I don't have fun with it, but it is tough. It's time to go on a rampage. Dude, this is great. I'm just knocking bottles off the table, and they break. Ah, crap!
You
No.
fell off the table.
Uh oh. But yeah, I don't have a life meter to worry about, so that's good. I just need to get back up.
What?
Oh, I do. No, it's a combo meter.
Hey, what do you call the Mexican bread? Is it sourdough too? Those bolillos, those that you use for tortas. Do you know what I'm
Tortillas?
talking about? No, not tortillas. Tortilla is the flat. The torta is kind of the. Imagine a sourdough or that bagel that you're playing with. Not bagel. Yeah, it's as a baguette,
This
right?
is a baguette, yes.
But it's kind of rounder and shorter. But if you go to a Mexican joint, they will pretty much put the same stuff they put in a taco, but in a bolillo, a piece of bread, and call it a
Interesting.
torta.
Look, I mean, there's just a certain simple pleasure to knocking things off of things and breaking them. Oh, you have a fixed time limit. Sometimes the things break too easily and kind of unrealistically, like just nudging something will break it when it shouldn't because you're not really exerting any force. But that's okay. There we go. I can just smash them. Just like smash a piece of bread down on them to break them. I guess you could do that in real life if you hit it hard enough. So I made a mess of the living room. This is kind of what my actual living room at home looks like, by the way. Oh, no pain, no grain. That's cute. So now I'm just going to play the first level normally and see if I can get a better grade. And this is not a really easy game to play while talking and things like that. But, we can at least... This is what the main game is like, and that's important to represent. So I've just broken this jar of jam, and one of the mechanics is that you are encouraged to cover your bread in jam if you can. But it makes you all slippery. So it's a plus and minus type thing, you know? And there's a Steam achievement for beating a level completely covered in jam. The control method, it's completely unique. Like, it's like nothing in any game I've played. Some people will get turned off by it because there's a big learning curve with learning to move your bread around. There's a tutorial and stuff. But yeah, not everybody is going to love the whole moving mechanic, but I think the game looks good enough and has enough humor and stuff that it's worth investing your time into learning it all, you know what I'm saying?
Reminds me a lot more of Octodad
Than Surgeon Simulator.
Surgeon Simulator.
I don't know that I went the best way here. I should have launched myself onto the wall. But I might be able to knock over the chair, in which case it would help me get where I'm trying to... there it goes. Wow, look at that. That's skill, baby. You wouldn't see Tyler be getting this far.
I think you were a piece of bread in your other life, Paul.
Yeah, well, it's a fact that I really like bread. So maybe that's why I'm having such a fun time with this. And this table has some bugs crawling around on it. Like, the guy has left some meat out and stuff, and so there's bugs crawling around on it. Yeah, ants. If I was to touch those, I would start to become less edible. Alright, now we're crawling up the refrigerator. And the whole crawling, like walking on walls stuff is pretty fun too. You know, it's kind of like Spider-Man in a way, except more skillful since you have to manage all the buttons and stuff around.
Do you get
There we go.
a penalty for time? Like if you spend too much, does the bread get stale or anything like
It does
that?
not get stale, but it might affect your rating. I'm not sure. Because, yeah.
Because I don't see any counters or timers unless your window is blocking it, then I don't
There
see
is
it.
a time at the top right corner, actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
what I
opened the
cannot see.
refrigerator. Oh, crap. I didn't want to open it. Now the freezer is open and I can't get back to the way I was going. Oh, but I can close it too. And yeah, some of the things the bread can pull off are pretty amazing. Like you can open the oven and crawl in and cook yourself if you're good enough, which I'm not. But there's all these that's kind of like a secondary goal, you know, to cook yourself with style and not just beat the level. And again, you know, it adds some depth and replayability.
I thought that because you were breaking everything, this is Rampage, but you just break everything regardless, huh? You just don't get points for
Yeah.
it.
I
in
break
this
things
mode.
because I wanna.
Gotcha.
Oh crap, don't get in the water.
No, I think the breaking is cool. I think that's pretty cool and funny, clever that a piece of bread is going to break a plate, you know?
Yes. So if I just stop clinging onto things for a while, then my grip meter refills, and that is important. Like, you have to find spots where you can accomplish that. Otherwise, you will run out of grip and just fall on the floor or whatever.
So you're saying this game is just a rip-off of Shadow of the Colossus?
It's almost exactly the same. Ah! Crap! Wrong way! Fudge. Okay. Yep, cat bowl considered perfectly clean. There we go. Climbing the oven. One thing that I can do is turn on the burner, which I've just done. There we go. Yeah. Alright. Burner's on. Gonna flip myself over and cook my... Whoa, crap. There we go. Look at that. I'm cooking. I'm doing it. And the thing is, you don't want to burn one side. You want to cook each side to approximately 100% if possible. And it does go past 100 and then you just get all blackened.
Cooking toast on a freaking
Yeah.
stove.
This is like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and you can cook yourself on a light bulb. You can cook yourself with a curling iron. That's one thing I've had to do.
That's funny. I like that.
Yeah, this level is nice. Like the difficulty on that level we actually started out with is too high. Like the difficulty just pushes up and up because I guess they're trying to slow down how fast you can just tear through the game. But here it's just right, and that was a lot of fun. Yay, I got a Steam achievement.
I don't see
you
it.
jelly for beating the level covered in
Nice.
jelly.
Before
Oh,
Yeah.
and by the way, for unlocking those modes, I've unlocked new kinds of bread for free roam mode. Like, I can now play with the baguette and the bagel if I want. Yeah, smashing things with the baguette is pretty rad. Look at that. Just bam! Breaking them. Break everything.
Nice.
Yeah, they definitely should bring this to consoles, I think. It has that same kind of Goat Simulator appeal, in my opinion. It's not the exact same kind of game, but although it is very physics-based.
Yeah, they should bring it to consoles. This seems like the type of thing that would go to Xbox One first.
If Microsoft actually reaches out to them. So, you guys, this has been I Am Bread from Bossa Studios for Steam. It is very silly, it is challenging in some modes, easy in others, and a whole lot of fun. I really like it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Say goodnight, dudes.
So
Nice.
Don't hate, appreciate.